If you've been paying any attention to American politics lately, you'll know the Republican Party has got a massive Israel problem right now. And I'm not exaggerating. Nick Fuentes and his Groypers literally have the MAGA movement by the balls. They're basically saying, look, we're not actually America first, we're Israel first, and that's got to change. And the timing is what makes this more interesting because midterms are coming up fast and 2028 isn't that far away. So watching how people like Vance and Marco Rubio handle this is going to tell us everything we need to know about the direction of the Republican Party. But to get why this is all blowing up now, you have to understand what happened with Charlie Kirk. So basically, Charlie Kirk, massive conservative influencer, he ran Turning Point USA, like these college campus events with all these MAGA hats. And for years, Nick Fuentes had been sending his followers, the Groypers, to absolutely grill Charlie at these Q&A sessions. They just rock up and hammer him with questions about Israel. Like, why are we bankrolling Israel? Why are you taking money from pro-Israel donors? Why are we supporting ethnic cleansing in Gaza? That's not America first. Millions of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck and there's so many domestic problems, but sure, here's another 500 gazillion to Israel. And Kirk couldn't give them proper answers because, he was locked into that donor money. He had to toe the pro-Israel line or his mega Zionist donors would get mad. But then in September, he got assassinated and his death basically pushed Fuentes into the big leagues. The New York Times ran a piece calling him Charlie Kirk's successor, and Kirk dying kind of created this vacuum and Fuentes just filled it. But before Kirk died, these Israel questions were something that, fringe Groypers, Fuentes' movement was very much on the outskirts. It wasn't mainstream at all. They were forcing them at college events.
This is America first, not Israel!
So this is actually a clip of Fuentes himself heckling Charlie Kirk at a TPUSA event all the way from 2024. He was very much on the fringe, very much on the outskirts of the MAGA, of the Republican movement. But now things have changed. You have more and more young people who are just understanding how captured their institutions are by Israel and Zionist interests.
In the United States, high housing costs, low wages, and many other factors has resulted in a significant increase in the homeless population. To combat this growing problem, the United States government came up with an ingenious solution. First, they gave $5 billion to Israel.
Some of these are so funny, I just can't stop laughing.
Mr. President.
What is it?
Green Goblin is attacking New York City.
What?
He's causing mass destruction right now. Should we alert Spider-Man?
No! Send $50 billion to Israel right now!
But now it's mainstream, now you've got Vance and Eric Trump getting the exact same hostile questions about Israel at speaking events, and people are applauding them.
I'd like to ask about your father's relationship with Israel. He's taken over $230 million from pro-Israel groups. During the summer against Iran, even though he advised against it, Israel still attacked Iran, and the U.S. still bombed on behalf of Israel. Your father's frustrations with Netanyahu have been made clear when he cursed on national TV over the situation. Israel has not been a great ally to the U.S. all the way since 1960 when they bombed the USS Liberty. Israel is a nation where Christians are constantly under attack in both Gaza and the West Bank. We talk about America first and defending Christians, but how can we do this if we align ourselves with a nation that does not do that itself?
I think this clip just shows you how royally screwed MAGA are. This is Eric Trump, the son of the president, being asked this question. This was unthinkable only a couple of years ago. Now there's open revolt against the relationship with Israel. They are screwed. The Zionist donors are finished.
I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-hundred-billion-dollar foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Every time there's a question about Israel, they're just met with a thunderous applause. These are coming from the MAGA base. They are not pro-Palestine by any stretch of the imagination. These questions are being levied at the top of the GOP. Vance, the vice president, is being confronted in a more meaningful way then journalists from CNN and Fox News. Like, it's ridiculous. They've lost the base completely. So Kirk's death didn't create this movement, but it removed the main gatekeeper trying to keep a lid on it. So now, after all this drama with Kirk, you've basically got Fuentes stepping up as like the de facto leader of the grassroots right. He's turned MAGA into an actual hardline America first, not this weird sort of Israel first, America last hybrid that the donor class keeps trying to push. And you know, the guy is spelling it out for anyone who will listen. No more sending billions overseas when your own people are struggling. No more blank checks for foreign wars. No more playing puppet to AIPAC or whatever billionaire happens to be signing the check.
You have a right to exist. Your right to exist is not real without the United States. You have no rights without us. And yet they disobey, yet they defy us. I do not believe for 1 second that Trump is going to seriously hold them accountable. There is no doubt in my mind that they are preparing right now plans to annex the West Bank. They're getting ready to call his bluff. And when they do, there will be no consequences.
I just want you to imagine being a mega rich Zionist billionaire donor, you know, like Miriam Adelson, or working for the Israel lobby, or even being Ben Shapiro and then hearing this. Like, this is why I think time is actually up for Israel. Like, it's done. They're finished, inevitably. Like, this is the guy who has his thumb on the grassroots Republican movement. He's influencing all the next generation of Republican voters. And he's talking about Israel like this? No wonder they're losing their shit. And the thing is, he didn't even say anything crazy here. He's just pointing out how dependent Israel is, both financially and militarily, on American aids. And how America gives them all this stuff, but in return, America doesn't get anything. They just get disrespected consistently. You know, America gives them all this stuff, and then Israel just does whatever. Like, the relationship doesn't make sense. And that's what he's pointing out.
Israel first and Trump are going down together. They're going down holding hands because they're inextricably connected. Israel first, Ben Shapiro, and tired, low-energy Trump, they're both going down the tubes together. This is a movement that is no longer talking to Americans, doesn't care about Americans, doesn't put Americans first. And it's finished. You forgot Americans. You're putting them last again. You're not fighting for them. But you're still answering to Mark Levin and Shapiro. Well, you can have them. This movement is over.
Trump visited Israel recently and he was talking about Miriam Adelson, the mega rich, super Zionist Israeli donor. And he said the following.
What do you love more, the United States or Israel? Miriam, stand up, please. She really is. I mean, she loves this country. So I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once. I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel, I must say. We love you. Thank you, darling, for being here. That's a great honor. Great honor. She's a wonderful woman.
Like, I challenge anyone to show me where the America First was in that clip, and I will give you $100 gazillion. Like, it's impossible. And he's laughing about it, he's joking about it, and you can see why these guys are so mad. Like, it makes sense. Like, shit, I would be too. But it just shows you how captured American politics is by Zionist interest.
And as I finish, I wanted to come back here to Israel and let you know that I serve you as the mayor.
Like, it's actually comical how subservient everyone is to Israel. This is the mayor of New York. He wasn't even mayor. He got voted out. So he's just going there as a citizen, as a former mayor. And he's like, let me go to Tel Aviv and tell them that I served Israeli people as New York mayor. Like, forget my constituents. Let me not say this to New Yorkers. Let me go 5,000, 6,000 miles away to Tel Aviv and say I served them. Like, what's the point? Like, why are you pledging this allegiance? Like, why are you going to this extent, right? It doesn't make sense. So I guess looking forward to the future, this leaves the folks at the top of the Republican Party, the RNC, all the way up to Trump with a really awkward choice, right? You know, right as the midterms and 2028 are, you know, coming towards them, are they going to keep pleasing their billionaire donors? You know, like Miriam Adelson, AIPAC, the Israel lobby, the likes of Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin, you know, just all of them. Or are they just going to keep taking the Israel lobby money and hoping their base shuts up? Or are they finally going to listen to their voters? Because, you know, these questions and this frustration is not going away. And if they keep going Israel first and they ignore the America first energy, which is their base, you know, they're going to get absolutely killed at the polls, like catastrophic. Like, Democrats are going to just run away with it. And it won't even be because of anything the Democrats did. It's just because how angry people are at the Republicans. You know, the funny thing is, the Democrats aren't offering America first either. They're sort of the Israel first as well, but also like LGBT too. So it doesn't really make sense. It's an interesting choice. And you know, you have JD Vance and Marco Rubio. I don't know how they're going to wrestle with trying to be the Republican nominee. So this is just stuff to look forward to, and I'm excited to see what happens. But either way, it's going to be cinema, and I'm going to be entertained.
What do you love more, the United States or Israel?
If you liked the video, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I'll reply to as many as I can. This is now my 3rd video. If you have any suggestions for any videos you want me to make, drop a comment, let me know. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. Welcome to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.